Starting to paint the tins. Ooh, it's starting to crinkle. That's the crinkle paint. Cool. These are still a primer. Yeah, those are starting to crinkle too. Yep, just starting. Cool. I did a bunch of work on a welder cart. Welded this bracket on here. And then made a clamp system. I'll show you. Just put a bicycle tube around the clamp, and my neighbor Kurt gave me this big ass wig nut. Welded these brackets in here, and one going that way to keep the bottom of the cart from shifting around. So that's all set. New tips, new wire. Spock is pimped out. Looking good. And Clarence has a new home. I went and bought a engine stand from a guy off of Facebook. We got the bell housing system on here. For this pipe, this actually had the old skinny little pipe for the bell housing. I had to double this up to make it fit. So I put a pipe inside a pipe. There's a pipe inside of this pipe, and under this pipe, and these are welded. And then that slides into everything, and she's sturdy. Gave it a new paint job. It rained for like the last 10 days. But this weekend was decent. We got a bunch done. You have to finish this puppy. And she's finally started to rust. Yeah, all that rain and all that humidity. You can tell where the chrome is still kind of there. And then the rust is taking over. Kind of a good thing. Now I know I got all that coating off of there, and I'll work on that, and we'll get that together too. Here's a new cart, and I made this thing. Put this little push button thingy in here to go in here. And guess what that's going to be for? I'll show you after I paint it. Okay, she's painted and dry. So here we go. Little pushy button. Fits right in there. And then boom, starter box. Nice and tight. Can't wait to fire this thing up. Clarence has a new home. And we have adjustability where I can loosen this, or I can lock this in 4 different positions. And I'm thinking about putting a battery tray box on it. We'll see. I'd like to thank my brother for coming over today and helping me clean this entire place. We pulled everything out of here today. Pressure washed the floors, everything. Good to go. Let's see if it fits. Battery tray slash oil pan tray. Sweet. Tighten up that tin on there, and it should be good to go. Not bad for 2 hours of work. I'll finish welding it. Okay, well, it's all pretty much done, welded up. It's just a battery tray and a oil change tray for my engine stand, but it came out better than I thought it would. And I think I'm starting to learn how to weld. Don't look at those. Look at that one. I'm starting to stack dimes, dude. We're gonna clean it off with some Vice Grip Garage wax and grease remover, and then some self-etching primer, and then some Dupli-Color engine enamel. I'm getting eaten by bugs, so let's get this over with. Bugs. The black flies are out. Give that 15 minutes, and then we'll hit it with the black. Well, flip it over first and paint the other side, then hit it with the black. Alrighty, she's pretty much flashed off, ready for some black Dupli-Color engine enamel ceramic. I bought this Vice Grip stuff last year when he was giving away the Ford truck, and I figured, you know what, I need some. He's having a contest, why not? Well, I didn't win, so I bought my own. Why do bugs like paint so much? Can somebody answer that question? I'm getting eaten alive. Getting eaten alive by the bugs, man. They're biting my legs. Next time you see that tray, it'll be underneath the engine. And it will either have a battery on it for the start stand, or it'll have an oil tray so I can drain the oil after we do cam break-in. That's it. It's the next day, well, next night anyway. And of course the temperature has dropped and it's gonna rain again for the next few days. So for now, we're gonna let all the stuff that I painted dry. I wanted to work on this today, but I'm not gonna do that when it's so wet and humid, so we'll let that wait. But all this stuff is crinkled, looks cool. That's going to be the finish for the tins. And here's the battery tray and the engine stand completed. I'll let this stuff dry too. You know, we had about one good day of warm weather, so we're gonna let that sit here for a few days and make sure it cures. But anyway, here's the stand. It is prepped. It is ready. And now we can get back to rebuilding this engine. Excited. Definitely getting there. It's to the point now where things are going to start going together. I know you and I have both been waiting for this for a long time. I have to thank everybody along the way that has helped me. From Gary VW Jawbreaker, Brent from Haptic Garage, Slade Beetle, Andrig's Air-Cooled Technology has given me a bunch of advice with the fan shroud and all that. Even Bad Chad for teaching me some welding tips and tricks and stuff like that. It took a lot of people for me to get to this point. And I didn't have all this stuff ready to go. This is all me doing this for the first time and building everything I need to go along the way. So I have to thank all those other YouTubers and I have to thank my fans. I got to thank everybody. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you. Brent from Haptic Garage gave me a set of wrist pins for those old Molly pistons. So I got the wrist pins too. So we're happy about that. So when the engine comes out of this car, we have something to rebuild it with. Well, a start anyway, if the case is worth it. We'll see what happens. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. One engine at a time. Next video will most likely be putting this thing back together finally. That's what I'm hoping for. I might have to do some more tin work. I'm really over these tins. I just want it to be done. But the fan shroud needs to be done. It needs to be sanded. It needs to be painted. And then I got to finish putting the crinkle paint on these. I got a few more pieces. I got to put that on. And then finally stuff's going to go together. It took a long time to get here, but we're moving along. And this is going to be the summer where this thing goes together. And we're finally going to see, can a first-timer build a stroker engine and not blow it up? Fingers crossed. All right, everyone. Have a great night.